This is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only Julia Haart.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh my God. Welcome. We were just talking before we started. Like, you're out in the Hamptons. I'm out in the Hamptons. I saw you at Jill's annual Hamptons luncheon a few weeks
Yep.
ago. How are you? What is going on?
First of all, you looked fabulous at Jill's luncheon. Just FYI, I didn't remember you. You looked great, very elegant.
You did too. You had on like a
Thank you.
red, I think, right? Like you had a red jumpsuit on, I think.
It was like hot pink. Yeah, it was like a hot pink jump. Close enough.
See,
Red,
I
pink. It's
remember.
all, yeah, color. Lots of color.
I took a picture with you and I've already posted it. So there you go.
Oh, thank you, babe. I'm sorry. I must have missed it. Otherwise, I would have reposted it.
You're
We'll do it
welcome.
again.
Yeah, I'll have to post it when like this comes out.
Exactly.
How do you know? I mean, before we get into all the stuff that's going on with you, just because we do love Jill here behind the velvet rope, like how did you and Jill become friends? I mean, I remember her telling me when you guys started becoming friends way back.
Yeah, so when my first season came out, she reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're both Jewish, we're both New Yorkers, we're both in television, I'd love to meet." And we kept on trying to meet each other, and just something always happened. Like she had to cancel, I had to cancel, she had to cancel, I had to cancel. Then finally we meet inadvertently on a plane. You know, there's like shuttles that go from Miami to New York and back. So
Yeah.
it's like quasi-private because you buy a seat, right? So you met on one of those, and we sit across from one another completely inadvertently, and we talked for 3.5 hours, and we walked off that airplane best friends.
Wow. Wow. Well, I love it. We love our Jill. I mean, did you ever think of becoming a New York housewife? I mean, you can get
No,
great advice from Jill. No,
I'm not a
never crossed your
housewife.
mind.
I'm a businesswoman, honey bunches.
You are a businesswoman, and we are going to talk about you being a businesswoman. We're going to cover it all, Julia. You know, you're also a reality TV star. I mean, did you watch, just let's focus on the show for a minute first, but did you watch like reality TV before My Unorthodox Life came around?
I did not. No, I didn't.
Wow. How did this
Yeah,
whole show come about? Because it was, I mean, I watched both seasons. It was brilliant, loved it. But how did the
thank
show
you.
come about?
I mean, honestly, it started off as a show about the elite model look, and then it kind of transformed into this kind of hybrid between a docu-series and a ocu-series because it's basically my present defined by my past. But the purpose of it obviously is to use my story and my experiences to hopefully impact other people's lives and show that it's never too late and you're never too old. And if you want it and you go for it, you can get it. So that was really the impetus of everything that I do. I have this crazy goal in my head. I want an army of financially independent women, and I'm going to do everything in my power to create that army.
When you look back to that time, it is so inspiring, your story. Like, do you
Thank you.
have vivid, does that just seem like, because your life is so different now, like you are a strong force to be reckoned with, you're a businesswoman, but like back when you were in the community and like, does that just seem like an out of body experience? Do you have vivid memories of that time?
I have very vivid memories, and we all are guilty of lying to ourselves, and I think I lied to myself and told myself that I was completely free from those feelings of, um, that, men are more intelligent than women, that men are more capable than women, that women are need to be subservient to men, that God only will love us if we disappear, all these kind of things. I thought I had eradicated and eviscerated those kind of negative, demeaning kind of thoughts. And I realized that I haven't yet. That when it comes to work, yes, I'm super confident. I know where I'm going. I get there. I'm really good at what I do. When it comes to personal, I'm still in Muncie. I'm still trying to please the man and, make everybody happy and be the good little girl and never make waves. And yeah, I got to eradicate that out of my system yet. So no, it's still there. It's still inside of me. I am a work in progress. And I have to spend every day reminding myself that I am not inferior to a man.
Yeah, that's so. I'm not the same, but I have other things like my personal life. I'm all over the place. And same thing when it comes to work. Like I am like a force to be reckoned. It's crazy. People
Yeah,
don't
it's
understand.
amazing.
It's
They don't
just
get it.
how it is, but it
Yeah,
really is. I'm like, I can hyper focus and like it's amazing. And it's yes, yes, yes. And it all
right.
works out.
And
And
I
then,
see what the future is, and I know how to get there. And I'm, thank God, so far it's been really great. When it comes to business, when it comes to my personal life, I'm 52 years old. This is the first time in my life I'm dating. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's crazy. So here we go.
do you miss anything about that time in your life before you
Of
left?
course, I miss my family and I miss my friends. I miss my community. I miss people that I love. I always say there are no villains in my story. I don't blame a single person in my community. To the contrary, I think they're all victims. I'm sure they wouldn't want to hear me say that, but that's how I feel, that it's just the laws that are wrong. And the people there are doing their best because they think it's what God wants.
Yeah. Was it hard when the show came out? Because I mean, it was such a success. I loved it. So many people loved it. But like obviously the Orthodox Jewish community had a lot to say about it. Like, was that hard or just that was expected?
Extremely difficult, extremely difficult. Um, I didn't mind the hate. I expected it. What really shocked me, and it's not until the book came out and then all these articles in the New York Times about the school system in my community. When my first show came out, people accused me of lying and exaggerating, and that, oh, the school system is great and people go to college and they have fantastic lives. And then I write the book and I give all these proof points, and it's really hard to call me a liar. And then the New York Times does all these exposés about literally my schools and my community. And then it's like, oh, she didn't lie. But when that first came out and people accused me of lying, it it was just like being back there all over again and being told that what I experienced is not what I experienced. It was very,
Right.
very difficult, extremely painful, hard, really hard.
Did you have reservations in doing the show because of that or just because of reality TV or not really? You knew this was.
Everything, all of it. I mean, I still have reservations. I'm still doing it. I mean, I think the 2, 3 weeks before the show came out, I didn't sleep at all. I was a complete mess because, look, we live in an age. I was thinking about this, haters, right? People who send hateful messages to complete and random strangers. Like, I've tried to think in my life, have I ever taken the time out of my day to demean or diminish someone who did me no wrong, harmed me in no way, and is a total stranger to me? Like, what kind of person takes time and sits down and says, I think I'm going to make someone feel bad? Like, it's hard to comprehend how many millions of people out there are so unhappy in their lives, are so miserable that the only joy or pleasure they derive is from demeaning and diminishing others. That's the only way that they can feel, that they exist. I don't know. It's the only explanation I can give. And I thought about it and I said to myself, okay, I have two options.